Hello everybody, nice to see you all after a very long time, and there was a huge gap in posting videos and communicating with you all, and I'm very sorry about that. Hope in the coming days I would be able to post videos frequently than currently what we're doing, and I would like to encourage you to keep in touch with this channel, subscribing to this channel and keeping the notifications for the channel in priority, because this is a channel meant for your personal and professional upliftment. Okay, it is a career based education channel, right? So try to keep this in your priority, and we would try to assist you in achieving maximum productivity while you are studying BNYS in your college itself. It is not after you finish your BNYS you come out and then figure out. The intention is to make you understand things earlier while studying your uh, UG program itself, so that when you come out of your UG, you will have a better understanding of what you can do after your BNYS, and you should be basically a good transformed person after the course. So there are so many things in which you have to understand and invest your time and effort, and whatever we realize today, we would try to let you know during your student time, and not just through the YouTube channel. We also like to keep in touch with the followers of this YouTube channel through WhatsApp group. If you're interested, you could join in the WhatsApp group with the link provided at the description. Please keep in touch, and generally what we'll be posting there is about the programs, what is going to happen, the sessions, what we may conduct, or what we think might be useful. Those things I'll be sharing there. I hope it will be useful for you. So try to check the link and you can join the WhatsApp group, and share this with your friends. See, when you get a resource, you should also share this with your BNYS classmates, your seniors, juniors, whoever, because they might not know about this. So the more you share, the more people come in, the more programs will also happen, because naturally when more people are beneficiary of this YouTube channel, then we will be motivated and compelled to do something more, right? So we recommend that, and in this regard, currently we are planning a class on pregnancy care, women and child care through naturopathy. We are planning this, of course, exclusively for BNY students and doctors only, not for others, because of various reasons. Basically, we are not trying to teach here the basic philosophy and principles of naturopathy. So, if other people try to come to this course, they might not understand many things what we say and why we say. But as a naturopathy student, you will be aware of it, most of the things. So it will be easy. So this is planned exclusively for BNYS people. And why we are focusing on pregnancy care is because natural conception and natural pregnancy care is very vital to evolution. In fact, that is natural. It was not discovered by any of us. That is happening. That was happening in the nature for multiple decades, multiple centuries. All these years, whenever human evolution has happened, or even before that, from the germs time onwards, a cell becoming another cell is always natural. It is never artificial. We don't have to teach a cell how to multiply. It multiplies. So from single cellular organism, we have become multiple cellular organism without any intervention by anybody. It is all happening inbuilt. The instructions are inbuilt. It is by birth. Right? So nobody needs to teach anything to the body or the mind or the system of this evolution, that how it should give birth to another being. No, it's not required. But when we see the human evolution in this era, there is more technical involvement in many phases of a woman's life and a child's life. As per our traditional systems of healing, the conception that of a baby, of a fetus, is more healthy when the parents are very healthy. So, the health of the parents before, during, and after the conception is very vital to the evolution. It is very crucial and critical in creating a healthy baby and a healthy and strong generation, right? So, as students of naturopathy and yoga, we should focus on improving our own physical and mental and spiritual health. Why? Because only then we would be able to produce a better generation. So, we should improve our own health, and we should understand this process for a larger population. It is not just my life and your life and our BNYS or naturopathy life. No. We should understand this process for a larger population of our society and try to help everybody, right? That is the purpose we are becoming a doctor. We are trying to invest 5 years of our life so that we can help others, right? So we should do that with more care so that we can help the society to become a better human being, a better healthy person in all aspects of health, in all aspects of existence. And we should also make the healthy lifestyle a method of living for them and the generation to follow, so that the healthy lifestyle does not stop at a place. Like, for example, I think somewhere in the name of sophistication of life and civilization, or this commercialization, this industrial revolution, these all things have brought in a change of lifestyle for us. It is definitely change of lifestyle, right? And we also see it is affecting our the well-being of this whole earth itself, because though there are some controversial and argumentative things about global warming, climate changes, there is something to say that even climate is changing. How much it is true, how much it is false, is secondary. But we also see a change of climate, right? So there is something happening, and most of it can be definitely attributed towards the industrial revolution what we are having, the technological growth what we are having, right? So we are the one, humankind should take all the responsibility of whatever we do, because we claim that we can control many things. So we are responsible for most of the things what's happening in and around this earth, also including our own body. Okay, and see, it was very normal to have a healthy baby. It is very normal. It is not something great. It is not something special. It is normal to have a healthy baby. But why then there are issues happening with the newborn babies? Why are birth defects increasing? We may be proud that we are reducing the stillbirths and deaths just immediately after the birth in few months or few weeks or few days or few hours. We may be proud, but still there are many kids who are having problem while birth itself, right? Finding the problem using technology before the birth and stopping is not the technological improvement. Not creating a baby who is having a problem in the during conception itself should be the goal, not finding the problem. Preventing the problem is better than finding the problem, right? So we should prevent bad things happening. We should make the lifestyle for the people so that they become more healthier, and definitely their kids will be healthier, right? So if having a natural baby, I mean, healthy baby is very normal and natural. Why should we focus on pregnancy care? What is the purpose of having a session on it? After studying OBG in BNYS, or if you know you are going to study OBG in BNYS, why should we have exclusive class for women and child care? In that case, if you think it is very normal, do you think everybody is having a healthy lifestyle and having a healthy baby? No. So that is something changing our course of life. And why should we focus on the new baby to be born? It is because if people do not give birth to healthy babies, then the baby's growth into a child and teenager and adult and old age person, in all phases of life, they might have more problems. Right? So we have to focus on a healthy baby, not on treating somebody afterwards. That is later. But we have to work on the birth itself. And see, these days we are all educated. So why are we not able to bring kids very healthy? Why, if education is not helping us? Why? Because the education system what we have does not have a focus on this, and also the joint families are all now reducing. Before, joint families used to be there, somehow everything was taken care. But now joint families are reducing. That is also having a bad effect on many things, including pregnancy and childcare. Though pregnancy is normal and physiological, the current trend in India is not like that. If you see a labor ward or if you see a delivery scene in a movie, it does not seem like that pregnancy is physiological. It looks like it is something pathological. It is some, because see, without hospital we cannot have a child. Why is it so? Why hospital is compulsory? Because people tend to think that anything can go wrong anytime. Yeah, it can go wrong, but why majority of people have that fear? Because something can go wrong is not in majority. It is happening in a minority cases. But then why everybody is scared about it? If you think or if you discuss with your friends, especially girls, the word pregnancy itself makes many young girls feel scared and nervous and anxious because they think they are going to become pregnant, and the image running in their head is all the scenes what they have seen in the movies or the stories what they have heard something, because our mind does not remember or get attracted to normal things. Something bad, it goes more into it, so we remember that more and we become anxious. If you have some experience talking to girls who are newly married girls, some are even trying to postpone their pregnancy because they don't want to get pregnant soon because they're scared of it. Some girls even try to avoid or postpone marriage just because they think pregnancy is very dangerous. These all things many of you as a girl might have felt. Even if you are a boy, you might have thought that delivery means ladies will die, because many movies that is very commonly shown, and the delivery scenes are shown in a way that the lady is screaming. It is something like something to be scared of, right? This is very common. We are not going into any detailed statistics. This is very common understanding, very common understanding. So, if a newly married girl gets pregnant, she gets more anxious because she is pregnant and she has not been taught or she has not voluntarily done some efforts to remove the anxiety about pregnancy, because it is a unspoken thing kept inside. Many girls don't speak about it unless like a gossip. It is not professionally or morally worked upon by any adults or anything like that. Some adults may say nothing will happen, it's all right. See, we have 10 kids. That doesn't help a girl because she's scared. She's scared unnaturally. It is not even naturally she is getting scared. She has been induced and infused with that fear. So this verse does not help. So if such thing happen, if an anxious mother carries the baby for 9 months inside her, won't this anxiety have an effect on the baby? Won't this anxiety create hormones that is going to deprive the woman of her already having health? So it can have effect in physical, mental status of the mother and the baby. This is very basic common sense, right? There's nothing, we don't have to have any strong correlation with any scientific statistical outcomes to understand this. It is very common. If you are upset, your digestion doesn't happen properly. How can a creation of baby happen properly? This is very common sense, right? But it is unnoticed that many ladies undergo this and they themselves overcome it. If they are unable to overcome it, it still persists inside. For many ladies, as much as I have spoken to them, that fear reduces only after the first birth. So throughout the pregnancy, they carry something inside them. Only after the first birth, when the baby comes out and they are fine, they understand, okay, whatever they saw in the movie, it's all not completely true. Till then, they are not able to believe that it is not the truth, because we see with a lot of efforts, we see with a lot of intensive concentration on the scenes, it goes inside very fast. Okay, and if you think it is only in India it's happening because we show in the movies like that, no, it's not like that. Everywhere people have this anxiety, which is very common these days than the olden days. But how that problem is answered and tackled in other countries may be different. In our country, when the joint families were there, it was all tackled very nicely. It was not a big issue. But now, the families are reducing, the size of the families are reducing, siblings are reducing. So there is no much people in the family already, and these families are all becoming more nuclear. And most of them are working. Most families, both the parents go to work, right? So when the wife is pregnant in a small nuclear family, the husband goes to work, who is going to take care of that lady? In our culture, the girl goes to the mother's home. She stays there, mother takes care. But if the families are becoming more nuclear, it is not going to be very easy, right? Because we don't have more siblings, we have more old age homes coming, so what is happening? So there is a problem and we have to answer this. And how do we answer this? There are many methods. Bring back the old lifestyle. That is the best method. But in that process, there are many things we have to answer as a naturopathy and yoga doctors. Right? So, how joint families help this is because when there are many people in the home, and many homes were there nearby, and every family is a big family. Every 1 month or 2 months once, there will be one baby always getting born. Some handful of babies might also die. So it's a very common thing. It's a very common thing that a baby is born and they're dead. It's all common thing happening. So the kids who grow up around, they see this happening always throughout their life. So nobody tells them it's normal process. They know it's normal process. They don't have a special weird feeling about it. They don't have an aversion towards it. But now it is not so, because joint families are reducing. And the methods we use to address the psychological hesitancy should be timely, and it should be as much as possible natural and so effective that the young mothers looking forward to have a healthy pregnancy should enjoy the process rather becoming anxious. In fact, they should be looking forward to having pregnancy and not becoming anxious or doubtful about positive health care during pregnancy. Okay, and it is not just psychological issue, even physically a young mother gets into many issues which also increases anxiety. For example, a mother has some physical illness during pregnancy, that is going to increase her anxiety because she thinks this is somehow going to affect the baby, or it is making her feel more uncomfortable. That creates some irritation, some uneasiness. This again having an effect on the baby and the mother. So it's a vicious cycle. So even physically, the mother has to be healthy, right? And in case the family or the lady or anybody does something which is wrong, without the knowledge, they do something wrong, that will also have a bad effect, right? So with experience, we have traditionally and culturally acquired lot of information about any process, including pregnancy, on how to take care of a lady, how to take care of a pregnant lady, how to take care of the lady during labor, how the baby should be taken care. Everything has been passed on by generations, and because of the scientific intervention, the technological development, and the family is breaking down, we are unable to pass it on to all the generations like before. So we are not adding information, we are forgetting information. We are reducing the information what was passed on to us. Like most ladies do not know these days about natural birth. They, if a lady has delivered herself, she does not know what to do. Those days, they were knowing for because of various reasons. They were even intuitive. These days, it is all reducing. It is all not like those days, right? And this physical and psychological problems in a mother's health can cause bad effects in the baby's health. The baby may be born with any defect. Some organs may not develop properly. If she takes the wrong medicine, if she takes some wrong chemicals, it may cause a lot of bad effect, including smoking, alcohol, um, food poisoning. Anything can cause bad effect for the baby. So physically also we should have a lot of care and concern for the pregnant lady. And while it is very challenging for a normally born kid, a healthy kid, to survive the extremes of the weather, the extreme, the problems in the environment, and then become an adult and survive and achieve more things, it is even more challenging for a baby born with a low health. You can imagine the various levels of lower health, but a lower health is not the right thing, or it's not the comfortable thing to undergo for anybody. Also, imagine if it's a very poor family having a baby with a birth defect, they are going to spend all their little earned wealth in taking care of the baby, and the baby may not survive also. But it's a burden on the family, and so this is preventable. This is a preventable issue, and we should prevent it, right? And how can we prevent it? Should we have a lot of technological influence, technological knowledge, and medical knowledge to prevent it? Yes, that is one way what the world thinks, but it need not be, because this was happening for the millennium together naturally. Just because we invented something recently and we have technological improvement, it does not mean it has to come for help. It can be there. The nature can also take over. It is very simple to deal a health issue through nature than artificial means, because nature is very free and available everywhere. But the artificial means is not like that. It has to be a lot of training to handle anything with the technology. We should know how to handle it first of all. Then we should know for whom to give it, how much to give it, when not to do. It's a lot of training. Without that, we can handle things naturally. like the nature was doing all these years. And it is also a duty and responsibility of a naturopathy doctor like us to do that, because our system don't have any medicine. So we should be the first person to speak about this, because we don't have any medicine. So we are doing everything naturally only. So we should be the responsible people for this, in bringing this return to nature as a practical solution for the people. It is not just saying return to nature. We should make it possible for the people. We should find ways to make it possible for the people. And a society with a maximum number of healthy family is going to result in a good evolution of this humankind. More families with unhealthy people in the family, when these families are increasing, the society as a whole is not going to contribute more, it's going to consume more. We have to be a producer, not a consumer, or we have to be a producer more than what we consume. For that, health is basic, essential quality we should have. Okay, the challenge in achieving this is the misconceptions people have about pregnancy and childcare through various channels: wrong information, incomplete communication, or altered communication, hidden communication, so many things. People have misconception, and people have wrong information given to them either deliberately or unknowingly. We have to address this. And the most worrying aspect what I consider is some unnatural things are overused because of incomplete or wrong information and misbeliefs. For example, many women and their families are voluntarily choosing cesarean, C-section, due to the reason that I cannot bear this pain of a natural delivery, or my wife cannot bear it, my daughter cannot bear all these things, doctor, you please just do a cesarean section, make her life easier, she cannot bear this, it is very difficult for her, she's delicate darling. These all things the families decide. If you talk to any allopathy doctors, they might tell you that our families insist on C-section, though sometimes doctors don't want to do it because it is not recommended. Now it is a natural delivery is going to happen, doctors tell that they don't accept it because of their reason. And there are many reasons, I'm just telling this one example, there are many reasons like this for them to choose C-section. Okay, so even people who believe in this astrology, they fix a timing and they want delivery to happen in that time. Like, if you believe astrology so much, you should also understand astrology is from nature, not from science and technology. So you should believe on the nature, not on C-section. So you should let it happen naturally, not influence. These shortcuts and all nature is not very favorable of. It doesn't make sense, right? But people do it. So for our selfishness, our immaturity, or our lack of strength to accept nature, we think this is an easier shortcut. It has a lot of detrimental effects, we do not know it, or even if we know it, we overlook it. That is wrong. So we as naturopaths should bring awareness to people in making them understand the right choice. Okay, and on the other hand, there is also some kind of claims that happens that some doctors or some hospitals insist on more C-sections. It may be true, it may not be true. Either way, people misuse. The people may be patient, or people may be the patient's family, or the people may be the doctors and nurses, or the people may be the administrators of the hospital. Mistakes will happen. I think we have a better opportunity to eliminate all the mistakes that can happen just by making somebody more healthier. If somebody is more healthier, why things will go wrong? Everything will happen all right, right? We do not know the reality for sure. What is happening, how it is happening, but we know for sure nature can make things better. Okay, and when we talk about unnatural methods, most of them are based on chemicals, and those chemicals don't even occur naturally inside of the body, and outside the body, if it is produced, many of them are even unstable. So to make the active component stable, extra chemicals are added or extra processings are added, by which the active molecule is made stable, and all these chemicals altogether go inside and do something against our body's way of performing. Is it not? So these chemicals may induce some changes in our physical body and also in our mental body. It is not just chemicals will affect only physical body. It can even cause change in our cognitive skills. It can change our perception. It can change our perception of time, which is very, very important. Perception of time, perception of the nature, the intuition, this also things will change by any wrong chemical, right? And I'm not trying to speak about any system, against any system. Everybody has their own right to choose any system of medicine, whatever they want to. Like when a person has the right to spoil himself by bad habits, don't you think a person will have the right to choose the right system of medicine? Yes, he has the right, but the person has to choose by himself, not insisted on him. Which means the baby which is yet to be born also has the right to choose what system of medicine it has to follow in its life, right? So before the baby is born, don't enforce any medicines on a baby. Do you agree with me? So the baby has to be born naturally and then decide what it has to do. We should not infuse the chemical without the baby's consent, right? If you think abortion is killing a baby, how infusing chemical is not against the baby's wish or against nature? It is also equally wrong, right? So we should not do this to the baby. We are convinced we are doing it for the good of the baby. But then do you think nature has done bad to the baby? Or the nature does not know what to do and how to do good to the baby and the mother? It definitely knows, right? So we assume, we think it is wrong, something is deficient. It may not be, maybe our perception is wrong, right? So the baby's right of coming into this earth without any chemical or unnecessary intervention should not be encouraged, because it can also cause problem. Most of the things we do not know the effects of. So why is it difficult to get a baby out of the mother without any chemicals and artificial things difficult? That is how these many centuries we have lived. These many generations have uh, come out, right? So we should be able to do that. So if a system of medicine is going against the will of nature, nature will eventually remove the system of medicine, whichever system it is. Even if you misuse nature cure and yoga against the nature's wish, it will not be there, or the people who do it won't be there, because the nature is a harmonious process. It only sets in balance between the things which works in the harmony with nature. If something goes out of balance, it has to exit, it cannot stay. So we have to use everything judicially. And if you agree with all these things, you should also get a thought, wow, we are the only system of medicine studying without any medicine. then who else could be more eligible than a BNYS to do natural birthing, right? We are the most eligible people to speak about this natural delivery, natural birthing, all right? Do you think so? No, we are not any special beings because we got BNYS degree. Because the system of delivery, pregnancy, birthing, childcare is not owned by any system of medicine. In fact, we are all subjected to its method of happening. We cannot control or command it. It just happens. We have to understand, accept it, right? So, natural birthing is not a property of naturopathy or anybody, but we have more scope for it because we are not using any medicine already. So, there's nothing to avoid this medicine here. No, we don't have any medicine. So, collectively, all the system of medicine, or actually all the human beings on this earth, have the responsibility to allow natural birthing to happen in its own pace. That is very important. In its own pace, we should not decide when what should happen. Though we may have an understanding, we should have the ability to allow it to happen at its own pace by using our understanding called science, which will only help in situations like preventable deaths due to negligence and lack of knowledge of rare occurrences. Okay, things go smooth everywhere, every time. Rarely it can go wrong. If you can prevent it, prevent it. For that, we should use science, not to run the normal happening of our life. That is not what we are meant to do with science. We should not interfere in multiple and unwanted ways in the name of technological advancements. That is not we intend to with science. In an effort to create more natural conception, natural pregnancy care, natural uh, and natural labor and natural vaginal delivery without any major intervention, and natural childcare after the birth, we are trying to educate more doctors into the simple and effective pregnancy care field. We don't have to do anything great. We just have to let nature work. But we have to let it work. That is our duty. So we have to educate doctors about it. And as a part of it, we think it is better to start from student time itself because it is more easier, more experience we will accumulate, and more confidence we will have when we become doctors. And through this, create exclusive nature cure and yoga based women and childcare clinics and hospitals. And through them, create awareness and educate all women about the simplicity of women and childcare by choosing natural methods, safe methods, natural methods, simple. And one such workshop is happening now soon. Okay, so the main purpose of this video is to let you know about this workshop. If you are really interested in exclusive women and child care, or consider that to be a major part of your career or profession, I think you should try this session and see how much you are interested and how confident you feel in natural delivery, natural birthing, pregnancy care through naturopathy, with less or least intervention from any other medical system. Okay, though there are risks in pregnancy care, it could be overcome easily through naturopathy. Because we do not know about it, we think it is risky. Let us just refer to some center where the doctors will do surgery or they'll take care on a different level. Why take risk? We have this. Everybody has this. Until we know how simple it is to handle it naturally. So how do we know it? So we have to talk to experts, talk to people who are experienced in this. So we should know all these things. So that's why we make this session. So the experienced guidance, at least in initial stages, to help you avoid repeating mistake which already has solution is very critical, because otherwise you may end up doing mistake and lose the confidence and lose the client and get a bad name and never try it again. This will happen if you are not having proper knowledge about it. So we have to have a proper training. This session is about an introduction, you can say, about realization of what is happening, something like that. Okay. And it is not just a class. After the class, we would also be working as a community, like the like-minded people will all work together and try to learn more and better in knowing more things about pregnancy care and child care, and also setting up exclusive clinics and hospitals for women and child care all across our country, not just in your place, my place. It should happen all across the country, because deliveries are happening all across the country. So we should have everybody in the country to have opportunity to live, conceive, deliver, and bring up their child naturally. And as a naturopath, I feel very happy to welcome you to this session in achieving a very natural and healthy planet in natural ways. And definitely it takes some dedication, some sacrifice, and feeling more responsible in this effort, because we are dealing with two lives in the same time, or two or more lives in the same time, if the mother is carrying twins or something like that. So it is more lives in a single case, and the trust doesn't come, so we should be more focused. And if you would like to join this session, kindly check the link in the description and click on the link and just follow the instructions on the screen, and you can enroll in the class. Once you enroll, you get a confirmation message on the screen that you have enrolled successfully, and you can join the class. And we are excited on a mission with a larger beneficiary being the unborn people. Okay, let us collectively make the life of the new baby's mother and father a beautiful and an enjoyable one. We welcome you for this mission, and help us achieve this through our collective effort as a naturopath. Let us make this life for many people beautiful. The unborn people who are yet to be born, let us make a beautiful place for them, a natural birth right for them has to be also exercised. Okay, and thank you all. Meet you very soon in the session, and be healthy and spread the awareness about the natural methods of being healthy, and share this YouTube channel to anybody whom you think it might be required. Thank you so much for your patient listening and watching this video till here. Glad to have you here. By the way, if this video was a bit noisy, I'm very sorry about it. I'm doing this video from a moving train, and thank you for your patient listening and watching this video. If you have anything to mention, kindly post your comments in this video, and please share this video with your friends and whoever you think should learn about this. Thank you.